Hello lovely people, in today's video I'm going to run you through my 2022 goals, how I track them and how I'm going to stay on target. 2021 was a completely nuts year for me. I actually made a video if you're interested to see what I got up to, which you can watch here. And I realised actually that all the goals that I'd set myself, I hadn't really come close to achieving any of them. Not that I regret anything that happened in 2021. I did so much more than I ever could have planned. But because I had so many wishy-washy goals, I actually missed the mark. So coming into 2022, I knew that the biggest thing I needed to do was get really, really specific about my goals. If you spread your time too thin, you're not going to be able to move the needle enough to actually reach your goals. And hey, that's what we're trying to do here. I actually have 4 goals for this year, and they all kind of complement each other and overlap in some way, but they're the things that I'm going to want to prioritize when I take on the challenge of 2022. Number 1 is to create a gravel documentary about my return to racing. Don't call it a comeback. Goal number 2 is by the end of 2022 to have reached 100,000 subscribers on YouTube. Number 3, to have reached 100,000 followers on Instagram. We're going for 100k a year, people. Number 4 is to hit a new power PB on the bike. I actually have all my power numbers from when I was racing professionally. So my goal is to at least equal one of these kind of metrics or exceed one of these metrics over the course of 2022. In a way, it can be incredibly scary to get really specific and really honest with yourself about what you actually want to achieve. Those are my 2022 goals, but in terms of staying on track and how I'm actually going to achieve them, I like to break it down into more like process goals, because it's great to aim high, it's great to dream big, but actually the thing that's going to get you from where you are now to that goal is what you're doing day to day, what you're doing every week, what you're doing every month to get closer to that goal. So first of all, what do you need to do to get closer to your dream goal? And 2, if you're not doing something that leads you towards that goal, what is the purpose of it? So if I was going to set goals, first of all, I start with these yearly goals. And then you want to break it down into what do you need to do each month, what do you need to do each week, and what do you need to do every day. I really like this quote from my friend Imogen Cotter, who's Irish road champion, and she has a quote that is her mantra called "Win the Day." It's the small things you can do every day to get you just a tiny bit closer. And if you can win each day, then eventually you are going to reach those goals. First of all, to reach my goals with the gravel documentary and the reaching a new power PB, I need to train consistently. So for me, I've just started working with a coach. Dina is my housemate and actually a really great coach. So this is something that's going to help me daily and weekly and monthly to stay on track with that goal. The second one is to eat well and look after myself. Some of you may or may not know that I ended up leaving competitive cycling due to an ongoing kind of struggle with my health. I had anemia. So for me, prioritizing this is number 1 to making sure I can reach all of these goals. So with racing gravel, I've entered my first gravel race, which is the Santaval, which is a class mark event. It's a 100k gravel race. So this is going to be at the start of March, and this is the first piece in the puzzle, 1 in my journey back to fitness and 2 in the gravel racing documentary. It's going to be really interesting and basically the first benchmark to see actually are the daily things, the weekly things that I'm doing leading me in the right direction. At the end of 2021, I started working with a video shooter editor, and we had some really great chats, and this is kind of where the gravel documentary idea came to fruition. I mean, I filmed my whole cycling life and journey anyway for YouTube, and we started planning and dreaming up. We wanted to do something that was bigger than just a YouTube video to inspire people to get on their bikes. I think having a goal like 100,000 followers or 100,000 subscribers is quite difficult, because ultimately I don't actually have control over that. The only thing I have control of is how much content I make and how much content I put out. Obviously I want to reach the 100k goal by the end of the year, but I think that actually the fun is in the trying to do it. So those are the processes, but I think more important than anything I've just mentioned is knowing why you are doing it. When I think about all these goals, especially when it comes to my business goals around followers, subscribers, it's to reach more people and to inspire more people to ride bikes, particularly to women as well. I think sometimes the most feminist act you can do is be yourself unapologetically and incredibly loudly. So for me, that's a big part of it, and getting more people into cycling. That's why reaching 100,000 subscribers matters. It's not really for the numbers, it's because my impact and my ability to change people's lives goes up the more people see my stuff. Also, with creating a documentary, it's a new and inspiring challenge that is going to hold me accountable to all of the goals and also help me with the bigger purpose of changing people's lives for the good. It could be something as small as someone decides to go on a bike ride and they wouldn't, or it could be something big like someone getting into a good fitness habit, losing a bit of weight, riding their first 100k. These are the things that I want to be able to inspire people to do. And it doesn't matter if it's one person or 10 people or 100,000 people, but the more people I can reach, the better. I also wanted to mention my friend Katie Kookaburra, or Katie Butler, as she's known in the real world. She recently did a video about goal setting and goals, and I really loved the part where she said pick goals that are fun because you're more likely to achieve it. I wanted to include that in this video because I think that's so important, and when I think about all of my goals that I've set for this year, they get me excited and they are fun, and they're all with the purpose of improving my life and improving everyone else's life, and that just makes me so happy. I just wanted to share that as something to remember whilst you're setting your goals for this year. If you want to help support my gravel documentary, this YouTube channel, and all the content that I make, you can do so by heading over to Patreon. There's a link down in the description if you would like to help me out. So that's it for my goals, my process, and everything like that. But I want to know, what are your goals? So please do leave down your goals in the comments below, because I feel as though if you write them down and if you put them out into the world, you're going to be more likely to achieve them. And we can all help each other stay accountable, support each other in this journey, because trying to achieve anything is difficult. Trying to improve our lives, it's an ongoing process. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm looking forward to reading all your comments. Be sure to like and subscribe and keep risking it for a biscuit. I'll see you in the next video. Ow!